Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach, I'm the voice behind the icon, and today we are back once again for something fun, new, and special. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the SRX Series to come back to life. Now, the SRX Series, for those of you who don't know, is the superstar racing experience. It was started by Tony Stewart and a couple others, and the whole concept was to have 12 cars, exactly the same, kind of like iRock used to be. And you'd get, whatever drivers you could in there. Used to be classic drivers, anybody from different sports, anything like that in there. And you'd race in a very timed and structured event at local tracks, and it was a great time. They did that for 3 years, almost 3 years, I believe. I watched it. Yeah, so I went twice, and I didn't go once, so 3. And it disbanded last year because Tony's got way too much crap that he's doing. Supposedly somebody bought it. Skip Barber Driving School actually bought it. But we haven't heard anything from that. So I figured who better to take it than us. So we are going to be doing a 6-race, 12-car per race series. No money, all just for fun at local tracks all over the United States. We are going to Stafford, Slinger, Hickory. We're going to Five Flag. I can't actually remember what the other two are. But we're going to short tracks for the next 6 weeks, tonight included. And we're going to start it how we've always started. We are going to start it up in Stafford Motor Speedway. Very excited. And that's already our home. So we are going to be going up there today with the SRX Series. We are based out of Fayetteville. Here. Down in North Carolina. We're going to go up to Stafford, up here in Connecticut. It's going to be a lot of fun. So this evlog, you guys are going to see mostly me driving this truck, but also once we get up there, we'll still be doing our SK Modifieds during that week. During this 6-week stretch, I will let you know, we do not plan to run other than just the SK Modified race at Stafford. We're already going to be way too busy, so I figured that's pretty fair. And you won't see our normal truck because that's going to be brought over since we're already driving a truck up to Stafford. But let's take a little look at our rig here. If this looks familiar, this Peterbilt, it is. This is our original Peterbilt from the last couple of years of us doing this NASCAR-style e-vlog thing. With all the miles that are still on it, we rewrapped it, repainted her with the SRX logo and one fast frog, because, of course, that is me. But I'm very excited about it. Here's our Featherlight. Now, this is one of the Featherlight trailers that we don't usually use in the game. This is actually a separate mod, and I'll show you guys the difference here in a little bit. But it's looking pretty good. We got AMR, Safety, Fox Nation. That's who's going to be covering it. We've got AT&T, Goodyear, and Sunoco. Now, I know that there's a gap there. We did have another sponsor who fell through, unfortunately. And then, of course, the SRX Superstar Racing Experience on the side. Again, a very basic trailer is all that we're going for. And, of course, a little bit of Young Buck Beverage Co. there. But I think this looks, it looks amazing. It's subtle. It's soft and subtle. And then you want to go fast, follow us as we are going to be heading up to Stafford for round 1. I'm very, very excited about driving these cars, about having this event, and it's all for fun. If I crash out every race just because, that's fine. I don't care. In actuality, if there was ever somebody to make AI to follow you, we'd actually have 4 of these. Bringing up everything. This is actually a double-decker carrier. We actually have 6 cars in here. We have another one that's got 6 cars, and then we've got 2 backups and all of our logistics in the other one. So it's a pretty neat thing. And, of course, our beautiful cab in here. Let's get her started up. E-brake is released. And we're going to be driving up here to Stafford. I'm just going to put us there. About a 10-hour drive. It should be a good one. Let's get on out here. I do miss this truck. I love my Mac, and that's why it's like a love or hate, and that's why I said, you know what, it's actually really smart to be able to use this. I was going to be using a Freightliner, a brand new Freightliner, believe it or not. That was my original concept, and I went, actually, you know what, let's crack the Peterbilt out of storage, and let's do that. So we are going to be on our way up to Stafford. We'll see you guys when we get there a little bit, just because with all the racing, we are going to cut it down a little bit. So we'll see you guys as we get a little bit closer. All right, we're about 40 minutes out from Stafford. pretty good drive on the way up here. Forget on how this truck handles. It's actually feels the most realistic out of everything we do. So it's been a lot of fun driving up here. But again, really nice to be back in this rig, and it looks great. Like, come on. And it sounds great too. How can't you love that? As we're cruising down the highway, going up 95. Actually, no, we're on 91 now. Duh. Brain kind of forgets where we are. But yeah, it was a good drive up here, and I'm very excited for this weekend. We're going to be running the SK Modified race, and then we are going to be running the SRX as well. Next week's going to be Hickory, so that's going to be awesome as well. All right, so Stafford's right over there, but we got to go to the end of Hartford to be able to get off the off-ramp. Ooh, a lot of traffic. Oh, don't tell me my exit's closed. Alright, you guys had a chance. You guys taking way too long to figure it out. I'm gonna get on by. Thank you. Let's see, cop. Ooh, a car on fire. You know what's actually really funny is how many times I've actually gone down 91 with Danielle and seen cars on fire. So, you know, they're keeping it accurate to the area. That's funny and sad all at the same time. And slow her down. I hope that eventually when American Truck Sim gets up this far for like add-on maps, they really take in consideration of doing Connecticut, because Windsor Locks, Bradley International has got one of the biggest Amazon buildings around, because it's one of the main hubs for flying in the area. So I really hope that gets covered, and should be a good time overall. Man, there's a lot of traffic out today. We are here a little bit early in the morning, because again, we want to set up and we want to do a little bit of test shakedown before the fans arrive for this evening. But it's gonna be like just an action-packed time. I'm very excited. Then next week, we're going to get a threefer. We're going to be in the SK Modifieds. We're going to be in the Wheelin' Modified. And we're going to be in the SRX Series. Sorry, my brain just like kind of paused there really quick. Am I getting my math right here? Yes. Yes, and there's no SK race next week because Cletus McFarland is going to be taking over Stafford, which is, by the way, amazing. I'm very excited. I'm actually going to go to it. I was not originally planning to go to it, but some unforeseen circumstances actually have led us to acquiring tickets for the event. Of course you're going left. Ah! I'm allowed to be mad. Oh, good. I triggered the green. Let's get on up here. Take a good old turn. Love driving this. I'm excited for the handful of events we're going to be driving to this year. Already got kind of plans for the off season as well, where we may be driving this. I just realized that was a stop, not a yield. Whoops. It's fine. Pulling into Stafford with a big featherlight. We haven't done that for a while. All the way from North Carolina, SRX, Reborn, Revival, whatever you'd like to call it. We are getting ready for that here at Stafford. Big trucks park over here. I think we had to park over here for the open. I can't actually remember. Leave some room for access vehicles in front of us, and that should be good. That's there. Windows up halfway, just to make sure nobody's trying to get handsy. Forgot where my controls are. Let's hop out and let's get ready. All right, we are down here and all settled. We're going to get everything unpacked, and Jeremy's bringing over my F350 F250, 350. With the trailer, with the SK modified, that's going to park in its normal spot. But, yeah, everybody, the SRX Series lives, and I'm very excited. Now, unfortunately, I will give you a little disclaimer. iRacing is still having issues loading skins onto the SRX cars for AI. So we're going to use just the generic skins for this season and hope that it's fixed for the next season, which is going to be next year, which we also plan to go from 12 cars to 20 and to change it from 6 races to 8. Kind of want to expand this as we go. But it should be a good time. We're going to head out now for practice with the SK Modifieds. We'll see you guys right after. That was our bit for practice out with the SK Modifieds. The schedule is going to be a little bit different here, so I'm going to try to keep it sane, as it were. So, yeah, we went out. We're about 10th fastest, which is right around where we run. We usually are pretty good with our long-term speed versus our short-term. So I really can't complain out there, the SK Mods. But, of course, seeing these on the backstretch as we're driving through is super, super exciting, getting ready to head into the SRX car for the very first time for some open practice. It should be a good time. It's a smaller cast here this evening, so it's a lot quicker of a turnover rate for the SRX Series to have as much time as possible. So we're going to head out with the SRX Series now for the first time. Let's just see how it goes. Back from practice with the SRX Series, and man, it is wonky to drive. We did a lot of testing with these when we acquired the rights earlier this year down south at Southern National and Hickory, actually. We did a lot of testing there just to figure out, how the cars are going to work and how we can kind of make them better, and it's very interesting. It's like a very quick on the gas and brake, quick gas, brake. It's actually really interesting. So we were third fastest out of 12, so that's pretty awesome. Again, saying third out of 12 does not feel like it's that great. But it should be a good time. We're going to go out now for the SK Modifieds. We're going out for our heat race. We are actually in Heat 3. I'm actually a little surprised about that. Handicapping is starting to take in over the year. Right now we are second in points, so I'm hoping to change that a little bit. As we head out for the heat race, we'll see you guys after. All right, back from our heat race with the SK Modifieds, finishing second. Just could not reel in that leader. They were just gone. So it should be a really good time, but that kind of means we're going to start, what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're going to be starting sixth for the event, so on the outside, but we should be able to make it work, making some really good moves. But now it is time for us to head out for the SRX Series. We're going to be heading out for our first heat race. Excuse me. Sorry, I know the clearing the throat, I had somebody comment on it. They're like, oh, I wish that wasn't in there. Y'all, I'm human, okay? But yeah, we are going to be heading out now for the SRX Series. Words are hard, man. The SRX Series heat races. So how that's built out, usually it's everybody going for like 15 minutes or so twice, and you know, wherever your median is, you go from there. Well, we can't really do that, so we're actually going to be doing heat races, 6-car and 6-car, to see how that goes. We are in the second heat, and they are 20 laps apiece, so it should be a pretty good time. So we'll see you guys after our 20-lap heat here in the SRX Series. All right, we are back from our first heat in the SRX Series. I thought we were doing pretty good. We are actually going for the lead. I got a little high on the last lap in turn 3, and Andrew took advantage of that 100%. Got his nose underneath there and was able to pull off the victory for the heat. So, again, this series is just for fun, so I got to compliment him on some good driving. And we'll be going 100 laps later. Now, how that is also going to work is to keep it a little bit more interesting, make time for commercial time. We're going to be running this in like 25 lap stages to keep the field together. So that's how that's going to work here. But now it's time for us to head off of 40 laps with the SK Modifieds. We're starting 6th. Feeling really good about today, hoping that we can pull it through. Let's see how it goes. All right, back from our race with the SK Modifieds, and we are able to pull off another victory this week in the SK Modifieds. Really kind of rebounding there. That should put us back into first in points. Really happy about that and just hoping to be able to keep that momentum going. So big smile on our face, 100%. But now it is time for the spectacular that everybody's been waiting for. I know, I've been really excited. I'm like, yeah, I won. I want to get into this SRX car and put on one heck of a show here at Stafford for the first of 6 races, 12 cars, 100 laps. It should be a good time. We'll see you guys right after as we pack up to head home and we get ready for Hickory next week. But let's see if we can get into victory lane twice this weekend here at Stafford. All right, we are back, and unfortunately, we didn't have the best of time. I knew that I said I was okay with wrecking, and it's just part of it all. But let's talk about it a little bit. We started right up front, kind of were killing it. I felt really good. We were gaining some ground, and unfortunately, we ended up in an incident where I got sideways and brought out the caution, got new tires, ended the stage, went out again. Got into some contact on the front stretch and ended up hitting the pit gate, actually, down in turn 1. Ripped the whole front end of the car off. Went out, tried to limp it around. Got through halfway on the backstretch in the third stage section. We all got a little too happy. I got sideways and slammed into the outside wall, and I said, that's it. So we ended up calling it there for ourselves, but a great race, a great battle for the win at the end as well. So it's really cool to be able to have the first one in the books here with the SRX Racing Series. And I think it's been a successful revival. Sorry, my phone just fell onto the mouse and just threw us into a trailer. But I think it was successful. I think we can get a lot of hype around it. It seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. And next week we're going to be heading off to Hickory, so a little bit closer to home for this trucking series. So yeah, not a bad weekend. You know, a win in the win in the SK Modifieds, and a DNF technically in the SRX, but still just having too much fun to stop. But that's going to do it for this one, guys. If you enjoy what you saw, we do try to get a video out here on the channel every single day, and we really do appreciate your continued support. But with that, I thank you guys so much for coming out to this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.